How y'all doing? If you like reseller content, toy content, like, subscribe, comment below. Got a real cornucopia of stuff today. Our price tag $20 because it's some decent items. People are cleaning out closets and going through stuff prior to the holiday. So we have a Nerf gun that doesn't fit on screen with the other stuff. We have Clue Dexter edition. And we got King Shark from Suicide Squad, McFarlane, like movie quality character. So we'll start with the Clue. Alright, so if you watch this, you know I buy board games for parts primarily, but I do make exceptions. And one of the exceptions you can make is sealed games. So typically sealed games at Goodwill, a typical board game will go for $4. Sometimes they do $6. I don't know why they sometimes do. Usually anything sealed is going to be $10. Today, somebody screwed up and threw a 4 on there. So, just because it's sealed doesn't mean it's valuable, however. We did look up comps, and it was a good pickup. So we're going with it. So Dexter, very popular show. One of the best shows ever made, according to people who watch shows. I watched it and I thought it was pretty good. So obviously I can't do much with this because it is sealed. There is a little rip on the front I gotta be careful of, and I want to list it just to get it kind of out of the way so my kids don't accidentally like rip it open for some reason. But $4, you know, we gotta look at shipping. That's why I don't typically do board games, because you have to pack them up. And that adds shipping, which can sometimes price people out. So, we don't have a ton of them for sale. Dexter Clue, 30 results. And there's more than one version, apparently. Actually, no, that must be the instruction manual. So there's different rights to these games. So Hasbro Parker Brothers basically owns every board game at this point. Milton Bradley, whatever, is the other one. It's the Coke and Pepsi thing. So they will, however, lease the rights to a game to another company. So this one is USAopoly. And they make, you know, you can tell by the name, monopolies and shit. You know, there's other companies that they will sell rights to a game for. So they're not actually like, it's not as high quality of a release. You know, it doesn't matter in this state, but like some of the monopolies, the pieces are different. They're not as good. But I digress. We have this Dexter Monopoly, or Clue rather, 30 results, a lot of parts, but we got a pre-owned one, we got a brand new one for $58, and with this few listings, this actually matters that we look at all of these. So brand new, we're at $58. So we go to our sold, and we have 21 sold. That's a phenomenal sell-through rate. And right away, we're looking at $60, $40. Again, this is going to matter because you want to be somewhere between a standard price and the cheapest one for sale. So these are all going for $40. I don't want this around. So I'm going to do 25 plus shipping. I paid $4 for it, so I have the flexibility to do that. And that is going to probably see this go out the door fast. Holiday season coming up. It's already actually started from reselling perspective. I've already gotten some like good sized toy sales, and you can tell when it's going to be like a holiday thing because people will tend to buy more. You know, I've sold a few Transformers to one guy, you know, that kind of thing. You'll see the the sales start creeping up. Usually it hits day of Thanksgiving, day before Thanksgiving, but it's a little early this year. But either way, Clue Dexter, $4. Shipping covers the fee on selling effectively. So we're already in the profit. We haven't even looked at any of this other shit. So let's check out our King Shark. All right, so from the movie Suicide Squad, we have King Shark. And this is a McFarlane figure, so high-end. Typically McFarlane does horror, and Suicide Squad was comedy, but whatever. So it's a really nice figure, has a lot of different articulation, especially, obviously, they had to kind of do their own thing with this, being as it's a Shark Man. The jaw opens, head swivels, arms have like pronation, wrists, elbows. It's pretty stiff. It's not like, this isn't really a toy, and it's outrageously heavy. But yeah, you could do quite a bit with it. Obviously, the movie was not intended for children, so I don't know if they bothered with figures appropriate for kids, because that wouldn't make a lot of sense. I doubt the comic is anywhere near appropriate. So just out of curiosity, what does this guy weigh in at? 1 pound 12 ounces. That is a big boy. So we have to figure that into shipping. Generally, I do free shipping. I don't know if I'm going to do it on this, though. So let's check this out. I think there's a few different sizes of this figure. But we got King Shark figure. And we'll go figure that out. So like you can see the pants are different on these. This guy's more sleek. I'm not familiar with DC, so gold label. So I think for the movie, because it was humor based, they perhaps made him more comical. Like, this is comical. He doesn't really look terribly dangerous. He just looks like a dad bod shark. All right. So there is a bloody variant, which we don't have. That's just around his mouth. You can see he has blood. Probably when he eats that guy whole. So I'm not sure which one we have. I think it's McFarlane. I looked it up quickly. TMP. DC. It might be this one, but the pants are wrong, so it's not this one. But everything else looks correct, and like the ankle, you could see, like, you're not going to have two figures from different companies that have the same kind of ankle articulation. So they had a few variants on this, because I don't see a change of pants in here. So we don't have this one, but I bet, who is the maker? Oh, it is McFarlane. Okay. So we gotta find the one with the same pants. I don't think these come off. They look very much... It'd be like a real process. You could look inside and there's like a pivot for his torso in there. So I don't think you'd want to take the pants off anyways. This one is the same. I'm going by the fly zipper and this little crease here. You can see it in the picture. There's no way you're going to have two figures with that same thing. So this is our guy. Build a figure. Is this a build-a-figure? The build-a-figure is where you can take it apart. I don't want to pull on this and find out. It wouldn't even fit with anything. I don't think this is a build-a-figure. I think this person is wrong. And when you're not sure, the best thing to do is find the box. And then you know for sure. And this has got to be it. Again, pants are exactly the same. Oh. Suicide Squad King Shark. Doesn't say it's a Build-A-Figure, so, but this is definitely, that's the bloody variant, but it's definitely the right one. So, despite it not being bloody variant, we do have a general idea of what people are looking to spend. We got 20 watchers on this for 44 bucks. This one's 59. 44 again. 44 again. Yeah, the other one's more svelte. They went this direction. Loot Crate. That might be where the weird pants come in. So Loot Crate stuff is worth less money because it was mass shipped, and by default, when people own the same thing, it is worth less money. Like the Loot Crate stuff, I think is probably overstock, I'm assuming. And they give it to a company that just has a subscription platform. But he's not out of the box. We can't really see him. But I kind of feel like it's this one. Like the pants on the box look the same. Almost the same, but not quite. That's the one we got here. Oh, that's the one in here. Bloody. All right, let's look at the sold ones. So we got 1,700. We got 462. That's good, but that's a mix of all of them. So they actually had all of these figures in the Goodwill where I got this. I passed on some of these because they're missing items, or I thought they probably wouldn't go. So this is a Build-A-Figure, right? But it ain't this guy. So somebody has a listing confused. The reason you can't go by listings is people will copy a listing. And they don't necessarily know that they've copied the wrong thing. And then people copy that copy, etc., etc. So that's a Build-A-Figure. It's a smaller figure because the whole point is you could put them together. Interesting. Unless you're building this guy by buying all 4 of these. Motherfucker. I think that's what this is. The chest looks more white, though. Alright, I mean, so if I could pull his head off, then that's definitely what this is. And sure enough, it is a Build-A-Figure. You have to buy all the other characters. If I hadn't seen them all in the cart there, I wouldn't have known. Because the polka dot guy and whoever this guy is, I forget. Not Deathstroke. Bloodsport were in the cart as well. So it is a Build-A-Figure King Shark. But either way, we'll just look through here and see if we can find one of them. DC loose, and again, it's going to be roughly the same. I don't think the bloody variant may not even matter. So we got like 26 on this one. We got all the pieces to this guy for 28, loose and complete. 26, 28. You can part them out if you wanted. I'm not going to do that. Like, really, that's just a gimmick. They want you to buy all the figures to build another figure. but he's not really a build-a-figure because you couldn't put him together and make like a mashup, which is kind of the point of that series, I thought. And we got up to 44. So we're looking at like 28 bucks, and I'm fine with that. I paid $6. So at 28, I'm going to do 20 plus shipping. That's going to end up being about there. And again, the shipping overage will eat up the rest. It's going to have to be boxed. It's too heavy. My fear is that it would punch through an envelope. So, all right, now we got this big honking Nerf gun to look at. All right, and finally we got a big Nerf gun. So, Nerf has a few lines that actually resell well. In general, they're things that are played with. They don't necessarily sell that well. They're also, when you think about shipping, very large. So this one is 30 inches. So your shipping price on this is automatically jacked up. And that's why I don't bother. However, the N-Strike Elite series and the Rival series both have really good resell on their parts. They're like a more mature version of Nerf, like nicer quality. And for whatever reason, they just put all this stuff on here. So I paid $10 for this, which is quite a bit, but I know in the past I've sold these drums for 12 each. So the drums cover shipping, and then we have all these other parts. I'm gonna have to get accurate pricing on this because I haven't sold a Nerf in like 2 years. There was a thrift shop I would go to where the pricing was just hysterically low, and last time I bought one of these, it was $1, and any magazines were 25 cents. So I just don't go there anymore. Unfortunately, I'm not in that area any longer for work. So got this cage thing. I don't know what has resell value other than the stuff I've sold previously. So we have a drum. I don't know a lot about this. And the risk of this kind of stuff is you sell it to somebody and they tell you, that didn't work. And I give people the benefit of the doubt on stuff I can't test. I'll just give it to them for free. That's a risk you take, unfortunately. And stuff does get damaged in shipping, but I may be able to test it. We can get it running here. We got the other drum as well. I know I've sold these previously. I know I've sold the other magazines previously. So what else do we have on here? I think there's a battery pack that you can sell as well. I have to go through my email and see what I did with this, because I bought this exact gun and parted it out. And I don't have any pieces left, so obviously that was worth doing. See if there's any batteries in it. No, another part of testing these things is these things run on like 6 D-cell batteries. And I don't have that many. I think I got 4 on the desk. Oh, it came with 6 D-cell batteries in it. But these are dead, but let's see if we can fire it up. Don't know a ton about these. I'm assuming this button here would be the start, but it doesn't seem to do anything. Usually I think there's some kind of on switch anyways, but whatever. All those batteries just fell out. But we're not looking to sell this. We will look it up just to see. I'm kind of curious how this moves because I haven't looked it up in a while. Again, I haven't run into these in quite a bit, so. So this is the Rhino-Fire elite gun. So we'll look that up and get a baseline for what we're going to be doing here. All right. And honestly, this is kind of a mistake on my part. I should have looked this up before I bought it. Because we like to assume that things are still the same, but in the amount of time since I've sold this, I don't know. So hopefully I didn't just inherit something I'll never sell, but we got 55 of these for sale. So with 2 drums, somebody is asking 87 bucks. We got pricing's kind of all over the place. I think it was the blue one I had, actually. Not that that likely matters, but yeah, inbox, no bids here. Magazines, etc., darts. It was this because I had this, again, I sold it. I had this type of tripod. This one has a bipod, which is pretty cool, but I remember selling the battery pack, so this entire thing comes out then. Oh, right, because you can quick swap it. I think is the point. This one doesn't pop out. Odd. So I have the cover, but not the insides. I'll have to look. I swore the one I had came out, and this one obviously does too. Unless somebody just unscrewed it. I don't know if there's a chance these break. It's definitely... Huh. And it looks identical. But it might just be somebody pulled the thing out. I don't understand how it would work, though, if it's not a quick swap setup. You'd potentially have to solder it. I don't understand. Battery, whatever. Dude's selling it. We'll see. We'll see what's going on with parts. The barrels, that's interesting. So these come off then. No, not on this model. So there's a few models out there. This one you'd have to cut the stuff in the picture, the black stuff. It goes straight into... That looks like it's meant to quick swap out. Replacement barrel, I don't know. I'm going to have to take it apart and really dig into it, I guess. Yeah, so the guns are out there. The parts are out there. 55 for sale. 12 sold. So the guns themselves, somebody did like a cool paint job on that one. And it's actually more than 12 for some reason. It's not counting these in the search. So like we have the drums here and this. Bipod versus the tripod, but still drums. I don't know why these are different colored, but likely matters. So 2 drums for 30. I'm gonna have to do a bit more research on this, but at 10 bucks I could sell 2 drums for 20 basically, profit wise. Then we have this other magazine. We have a battery cover. I'm gonna speculate that we're gonna get $30 out of this. That's just a speculation, but I'm gonna have to dig into it, learn a bit more. You know, you learn a bit more every time you go out, and you choose what you're gonna learn about. And Nerf is worth learning about. It's pretty easy. You know, a lot of it you're just not buying, quite frankly, but I think this is a good pickup for $10. So if you like reseller content, toy content, like, subscribe, comment below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.